Hi, it's Jane Mason from Virtuous Bread. We're back. We are going to now braid or plait these 3 ropes of dough. They're stuffed with the chocolate coconut filling. It's a very, very soft dough. And if you remember what we did last time is we closed, kind of filled them and then closed the dough over the stuffing using a plant sprayer to help us stick the surfaces of the dough together. What you want to do is you want to dry the table. I've dried the table off using, a cloth because you don't want extra water on the table right now because you want your dough to slide around. You don't want it to stick to the surface of the table. And I flipped the ropes of dough over so they're seam side down because obviously we want the seams on the bottom when the dough bakes, the less attractive when the seams are on the top. And now what I'm going to do is just braid them. You do have to be gentle with this dough. It's pretty delicate. And your best friend in sort of carting this dough around is your handy dough scraper. So let's just look at what that looks like. Right, so I'm gonna move the ropes of dough around. You want them to be reasonably close because you're gonna braid them. If at any point you find that you're sticking to them, just take a little bit of flour and flour your hands. Don't put any more flour in the dough. It doesn't need any more. It's just that you don't want to stick to the dough. So kind of pinch the end together. You can redo that later. And now just very gently, just like you're braiding hair, you're going to bring one over the other. Yep, separate it out. And at first it's a little awkward and you sort of sometimes want to go back to the beginning and do a bit of a reverse braid, okay, to make it nice and tidy on the end there. And just keep moving it, okay, you use both of your hands because it's pretty heavy now that it's stuffed, okay. See if you can make a nice tight braid, okay. You want to keep going here, make sure you can move it, picking it up with both hands because as I say, it's heavy when it's stuffed. Okay, and I'm at the end of my plait, and now what I want to do, because this is a ring, it's supposed to be, it's the shape of a crown, use your scraper and bring it around, and then, if you can see, you're just going to pinch the edges, and this endy bit isn't so very beautiful, but that's okay, because what you'll do is you will, there we go. You'll tie it with a ribbon. So you can't see that very easily. What I'm going to do is get this dough off my hands so I can turn the camera off. I'll transport it onto a baking tray and I'll show you what it looks like. Just a second.